And we are live now. First of all, good evening to everyone, especially to our car dealers, sales agent, and also our broker who are engaging with us, Carly.Mine. So yeah, we already come to November. Yep, and also beginning of our season 3, making more sales during CMCO. So yeah, today's topic is all about gaining more sales opportunity during CMCO. There will be tips on how you can gain more leads during this period. We can also say challenging period. So that being said, today we have a guest which is driven by technology and data research and strategies product, which is our head of product strategies, Aaron Fu. Welcome, Aaron.
Hey guys, hopefully you guys are going to Can you guys hear me?
Yep, maybe we do have some internet disruptions over there. Yeah, I can hear you now, Aaron.
No.
Loud and clear.
Okay, great. Nice. So what I do is that I look into Malaysia, Thailand, and Indonesia, the markets we're in iCar Asia, and well, figure out what's the best way to help you guys in the market get more car buyers. Because at the end of the day itself, we all want to get more car buyers, and if you guys win, we win as well. So yeah.
Yep. So and yeah, for today's topic will be wake up and take action. So yeah, first of all, we will always think that MCO started and we thought it would way away, but now CMCO come and hit us again. So how has this impacted business so far? So yeah, my first question to you, Aaron. So what do you think about the current situations of the market? What are your thoughts?
I mean, it's quite interesting, right? We actually had a chat earlier and we were talking about how the market really changed during this MCO and then the CMCO. During the MCO, I mean, we are all very worried. JPJ wasn't open, and if you want to sell cars, it's one of those limbo where like not here, not there. But as things started opening up, we noticed that consumers started going out again. They started spending money. I'll share you guys a little bit about the trends which are happening right now. In fact, let me just quickly share my screen. I think I can share some slides with you guys.
Because so like I mentioned, technology and data research, definitely there is always some data backup with it. Yeah, Aaron, share it up.
Yeah. So let me just put the slides up here. So I think some of you guys may have seen this news. This was published on Carly.Mine on November 3rd. Proton posts 20% sales growth in October. Especially if you think about it, X50 received 24,700 bookings. That's a lot of bookings for X50.
I mean, what's 24,700? Wow.
Yeah, that's a lot, right? Kevin, do you know the price of X50?
Yeah, there is 4 variants currently, so rankings from around 100 over 1,000. So yeah, I think we should get it from our content there. It's listed 4 variants and 4 prices over there.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, right, it's quite interesting that 24,000 over people made booking for a car which cost over 100,000 ringgit.
Yep.
I mean, if this isn't a sign, what is it, right? So this is one good news. The other good news is that, so if you think that, hey, okay lah, maybe the rich people still buying, so okay lah, maybe lah. But then you look at Produa. Produa now says that Produa have broken their record again, which means that if I remember correctly, in September, they actually broke the highest all-time sales record, which means since Produa beginning of time until September was the highest amount of sales they made. And then after that, in October, they broke that record again. So if you think about it, like 100 over 1,000 cars, okay, people with money still buying cars, and Produa, which is literally the most common car you see in Malaysia, and they're breaking records during this CMCO time. So it's very interesting to see how the market is responding. It's almost as if you know how when people tell you cannot do something, and you're like yan and yan and yan and yan and yan, and then when suddenly they let you to go, then suddenly you go all crazy and you do everything. So it's kind of like that, right? Because now it's like everybody is rushing to buy whatever deal is out there, and it really brings up the market all over again. So especially for those of you guys who are selling cars during this period of time, if you're doing the right thing, you're definitely going to get a lot of car buyers. Yeah.
This is quite interesting for today's topic. So, I mean, we can summarize this like, despite the pandemic, people still have the plans to purchasing cars. Yeah. So, I think based on data research, like what you just showed us, the market of people are still planning to purchase car are still relatively high. Can we say that, Aaron?
Yeah, definitely. In fact, let me just dive in a little bit deeper.
Mm-hmm.
Since for those of you who like to see all these kind of numbers, right? I'll go into this research. Oh, sorry. Let me just change the slide. I'll dive into this research by Optus. Optus is a research company which does surveys and understand the current market trend. And looking at this itself, there are a few things I want to point out. The first one, if you look at the current state of financial well-being. So this is Q2 of 2018, Q4 of 2018, Q2 of 2019, Q4 of 2019, and second quarter of 2020. Yeah. So if you look at this, right, our economy definitely did take a hit, right? So you see over here, this is the in 129. This is where we took the hit for COVID. It did fall, and then it went down to 116. But if you think about 116, is it low? Not necessarily. Because if you compare it back to 2018, 2 years back, if you think about your car sales 2 years back, how was it? How do you feel it was? It was actually good, right? 2 years ago. And even though the economy fell, the income wise, it's not that far off. And if you look at the financial bill, so this is what it says is that for the next 12 months, how is the financial status of people? So you notice that it's still quite steady. Malaysians, I think in a way we are pretty financially savvy, where we keep money. I think it's the China people in us and the Kiatu in us which wants to keep the money safe lah. So we've well prepared ourselves throughout this journey as well. So financial well-being is pretty steady. But if you look at the next one here, the good times for major purchase, I think this is where it's quite interesting to see, right? So you can definitely see the drop in Q1, right? This year, when COVID landed, definitely it fell. So it fell all the way back to 73, which is lower than it's somewhere in between 2018 time lah. When we talk about major purchases, it's talk things like cars, properties, and all that. And definitely it did take a hit. But look at the bounce back. It's gone back to 95. 95 is actually as high as towards the year end of last year, which means that actually right now we are actually living in a good time to be selling cars. It really depends on how you approach your customers.
Yeah,
I
and
actually do have
also,
few. Right.
yep, cool. I mean, and also, beside the data, right? I think we did some research and everything. We asked our car dealer as well. Currently, due to social distancing, there's also, a demand in the market whereby customers who tend to purchase car for all this kind of like safe and healthy measurement. So yeah, I think this does definitely contribute to the buying behavior for current situations. So, and you're showing us current state of economy. So what's this, Aaron?
So when we talk about the current state of economy, is we are looking at the income for people, and are people still making the same amount of money as COVID and after COVID and right now in the CMCO, right? Yep. So if you look at the charts in the middle, this is the one which I want to focus on, the monthly household income. They actually separate it into three different rows here. So the first row is actually the black color one, which is earning between 4,500 to 7,000. The second one is 7,000 to 10,000, and the last one is 10,000 and above. Now, if we look at people with the income of 4,500 to 7,000, notice the bar during this whole duration, very consistent, right? People earning 4,500 to 7,000, their income was only very littlely impacted. It's pretty much almost the same. But when you look at the people who are higher income, right, it definitely took a nosedive. It definitely went down. You look at the people between 10,000 and above, their salary went down. I think this is where I think a lot of people had their salary cut. A lot of people who are high income people really felt the pinch. But part of which itself, higher income people also have a lot more savings and are able to bounce back very fast. So that's where you see right now, even in second quarter 2020, all of them have already bounced back and they are pretty strong and pretty stable. I think the
Mm,
benefit of this is that in for us over here in Malaysia, our government has been very supportive towards
mm.
our whole journey as well. So in terms of recovery wise, we're definitely on track for recovery.
The
This is
bounce
how
back
you
is from which month,
right.
Aaron? If you don't mind me to ask, the bounce back area, yeah, because we can see from year to year, but
Right.
in terms of month,
They didn't actually specify a specific month, lah, but they
mm,
mentioned that it's in Q2, which means second quarter. So
second
it's
quarter, all
right,
right.
yeah, it's right before around July during that period.
Yeah, right after the MCO, I believe. So then
Yeah,
we're moving in when everyone start to go back into the pace. Yeah, okay, cool.
right.
Mm,
Then at the bottom here, this is where it gets a little bit more interesting. We break it down into by state. I think if you notice the
mm,
Kuantan, the yellow line, it's
yep.
like superhero like that, very steady, even though through the COVID or no COVID, also steady like that. So that's some good news for people who are on the outskirts of town.
Mm-mm.
Penang itself definitely took a nosedive as well, but you look at how high it recovered. Penang actually is one of the biggest recovery. Penang and Johor are actually recovering very well. KL on the other side itself, it did fall down and is still gradually recovering from this
Mm,
this part. I think the main reason why KL is still gradually recovering is because there are a lot of businesses in KL, and definitely it's to regain back its momentum. It takes a little bit more time, but part of which itself that doesn't mean that there are no car buyers. There's still a lot of car buyers because it's still on the recovery phase.
I see.
Then let me
Big
just quickly jump to this
items. All right.
last slide here, which I'll share with you
Mm.
guys. I think today itself is probably going to go more than half an hour because I really have a lot to share with you guys. And
Well,
it's really
definitely.
exciting for me.
I mean, in a
Uh,
way that we can assist our dealer and sales agent to have one motive, sell more cars. I mean, there's something great to share around, right?
Yeah. So hopefully, if you guys don't mind, if we go extend a bit more than half an hour, please stay on. Hopefully, I can add some value for you guys. This one itself really talks about the big items planning for to purchase within the next 6 months. So when this survey went out and they actually asked people about, hey,
Mm,
are you going to make a big purchase within the next 6 months? What would it be? And are you going to buy something? Surprisingly, 61% of people intend to make a big purchase within the next 6 months.
mm-hmm.
So within the next 6 months is actually now. The number one is holiday because, well, since COVID came, we cannot travel, right? So people want to go holiday lah. Number two is gadgets, smartphones, laptops. Okay, still understandable. Number three, home appliances, TV, washing machine. Because imagine if you don't have washing machine during the lockdown, you cuci tangan like that lah. So sad, right? Um, but then after home appliance, the next one after that, number four is car. So people are still looking to buy car. And I think this is where people are also aware that right now there's so many amazing deals to buy cars with. So this is where it's really up to you guys. You guys really need to be able to highlight
Mm,
to the customers that your car is special, your deal is special, that you stand out from all the crowd. So in terms of car buyers, there are so many car buyers. I cannot emphasize this enough. There's still
mm,
so many car buyers
yep.
out there. It really depends on how you want to reach out to those car buyers.
So basically, like what I mean, season two that we cover, like there's a pool of fish over there. Just that, how do you make the deal secure, right?
Right. It's like I think the
I would say
interesting thing about this,
opportunity is there, lah. Definitely, opportunity is there. It's just like how the dealers market their advertisements to like get the whole transaction happen, right?
yeah, I think that's definitely the case
Mm,
where the you really need to be out there so that consumers are can see you so that they can reach out to you lah. You really need to
mm.
stand out.
Yeah. So I think there's a questions. I think like before this data showing us, right? So Aaron,
Right.
why are some dealers not finding car buyers? I mean, this is still like a questionable part that we should all keep on asking. Why? Why?
Okay, so let me just try
Mm,
illustrate this. I got this A4
mm-hmm.
paper here. Let me see, can see, right? So
All
what
right.
I'm gonna do is do just trunting a bit on it. So on this whole A4 paper, what do you see?
I thought.
A dot.
Yep.
Why don't you see the whole A4 paper? Why you only see the dot?
Because it's just highlighted at a piece of white paper.
Right. This is the same thing which happens,
Mm,
like a
mm,
lot of times when people they're placed in a situation like COVID, the only thing which people look at is COVID, 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 COVID,
All
that
right.
they forget about all the other opportunities out there. So I think first thing of all is that it's very important to take that step back. Once you take that step back itself, you'll then be able to start seeing that, hey, there are actually a lot of opportunities out there. Don't just focus on the problem. If you're just focusing on the whole idea that, hey, there's so much troubles with COVID, that's the only thing you're going to see. But if you
Yep.
want to focus on customers. How do you get more customers? So I think that's the first point.
So in a way, it's aware of the problem, but still have a solution to it. Don't just focus the problem. Yep.
Yeah,
All
I think
right.
that's so right. So and it's so important as well because I think today itself we COVID is very sad lah. And it takes a lot of energy looking at COVID, and you get stuck thinking about how sad it is to have COVID right now, and you're thinking that hey, sales is bad, everything is bad. But actually, if you look at the bigger picture, and that's where hopefully today itself we can get you guys to see it in a bigger picture as well. That hey, there are a lot of car buyers out there. It really depends on how you reach out to them. Yeah.
Yep. And also, I mean, lately I got, I mean, some discussion with the car dealers and everything.
Right.
Some car dealers will keep on saying, it's like, I mean, some our dealers or even our the persons, I mean, the friends of my surrounding friends and everything. We have a chit chat. So some of them is being very negative, some of them is being very positive. But one thing that is something that really can be debatable is COVID doesn't follow calendar month. It won't just end at December. So yeah, I mean, that being said, I mean, these things, like, we don't know when. We just don't know when vaccine is going to happen, and it doesn't follow calendar month. So which means up to December, it won't just stop there. It won't reset everything. When January comes, everything back to normal. So we still need to have like a solid plan, strategies, create some urgency. How can we engage with the consumer to get more car sales? So yeah, I think like so for all these situations.
I actually love that point that you mentioned that COVID doesn't follow the calendar. It's like everybody's like waiting. 2021 will be better lah. 2021, and don't tell me you're gonna freeze your business until 2021, right? That's not gonna happen, right? Still need one sigma. You still need money, ma. So don't. It's not about It's not about just focusing on the problem itself. Think of how do you really expand and grow a business, because it's always during the crisis times where new opportunities are found. I think Tony Fernandez said it very well that don't waste a good crisis, because a crisis is when opportunities are found. I mean, yes, it might impact people in some way, but during this crisis itself, it also creates new problems where people need to be solved. For example, now, do people still dare to ride public transport? If given the choice, would people prefer riding their own car or public transport?
Definitely their own car, if there's a choice, right?
Yeah, so this creates a brand new problem, which you as car dealers can also look into and focus on expanding as well. Yeah.
So Aaron, with all that, I mean, we understand that the challenges, we know that the opportunity is lying there. So what can dealers do now?
So we spoke on the first thing was a little bit more about the why people feel that they can't find a car buyers at the moment, because I feel like we need to set that out right up front, because once we can understand why, then we can start looking into
sure,
how can we solve it, right? So I think another problem, there are two more other problems. The first problem is that a lot of people are focusing on the problem instead of the solution right now. So when we start shifting our mind from the problem to the solution focus, we start thinking about, hey, what campaign can I run? How can I attract more customers? What can I do right now? I mean, it's a year end. It's a good time to sell cars. We all know this. We all know year end is the perfect time to sell cars. So we need to start doing this with a lot of urgency. So change your focus from problem to solution. The next thing is we got to focus on building trust with customers all over again. Because I think if we when COVID came in, it created this part where people lost a lot of trust in going out. I'm not saying that they don't trust you guys as car dealers, but they don't trust the environment. They don't trust that, hey, is it safe for me to go here? Is it safe for me to touch this? I mean, if you see your friend coughing, also like, COVID, stay away from me, right? So it's when you talk about trust itself, how
Mm.
can you reassure your customer that, hey, we've taken all the precaution needed and
Mm.
it is safe for you to come on board here to check out our cars? It could be things like you sanitize your car. It could be things like, hey, we keep our social distancing. It could be a lot of different ways you
Drive the
can
car
build
out
up
to
the
the
trust.
customer's place. Yeah,
Exactly.
sanitize. Yep.
Exactly, right. I mean, if customers are not willing to go out to you, I mean, if you think about it today, right? Even grocery also, you buy food from Tesco, Tesco will send the food to
Yeah.
you, right?
Yep. Yep.
So why? I mean, customers now are pampered with that deliver to the customer. So maybe, yeah, like what you mentioned, sending that car to the customer is a good idea, right?
Or meet
That's
a
actually a
comfortable
good thing.
point, or maybe meet at a comfortable point that they know that it's really secure, clean, and everything. I mean, this is the next
Yeah.
move. So if like the sales don't come to you, you go for the sales. Yep.
Right.
Mm.
Absolutely. And the next part I just want to touch on about is that um, I actually had this discussion with some university students recently
Mhm.
that it was an entrepreneurship program, and I was acting as one of the mentors there. And one of the things which they actually was facing that was that, hey, pricing, do I need to price my car cheaper compared to others? And I would say no. Why people buy from people, why people willing to buy a Coach, LV, and all that is because people find value in the product. People find value in things. People are willing to pay for it. So same thing when you talk about cars itself. You need to be able to highlight your value of your car. I'm not saying price your car expensive. Please don't do that, because at the end of the day itself, consumers today are smart. They know
Yep.
when your car is expensive. If they see your car expensive, they already like, sorry lah, I'm not interested. So please don't do
Consumer
that.
market. Consumer market.
Yeah, it's definitely a consumer market right now.
Mm.
But what you need to do is to highlight your value for that specific vehicle. I mean, if the condition is amazing, please take pictures of it. Please make sure that you have 21 photos, upload all the 21 photos. If you can record a video as well, that builds trust to
Yep.
the consumer as well. Upload those videos. If you want to have yourself talking to highlight the features of the video, even better. But you need to highlight the value of the car, that what's so special about it and why they need to go get it. Because I think one of the biggest competition today you're going to be facing is the especially for a used car, you're going to be facing the new car mountain there, right?
Yep.
It's a big challenge to go against X50 launch and all that kind of thing. So
SST
to
River.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's not an easy challenge. So to fight that, you really need to highlight your value for this. Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
those are some of the things which I think is why the consumers are kind of shaken at the moment. One is that a lot of car dealers are currently focusing on the problem too much, not a solution. Two is
Mm-hmm.
that consumers are feeling that mismatch of trust. So how can we
Mm-hmm.
build that trust up?
Build a trust. Yep.
And yeah, and the third one is actually to
Attach
how
the
do you
value
bring
to
that
it.
value? Yeah, how do you
Yep.
bring more value to your vehicle? Highlight those values to the consumer. Yeah.
Yep. All right. So with all that, right, Aaron, so what can dealers do now?
So this is where it gets more practical and interesting, right? Um,
Well,
so
Aaron's always waiting for a great solution and suggestion, perhaps. Yep.
I think we've touched on few solutions earlier as well, like
Mm-hmm.
the videos and all those kind of things to build a trust.
Mm-hmm.
But the first thing I would have to bring up is that as a car dealer, what is your goal? Like to really know the what do you guys want to achieve during this period of time? Like, do you guys want to sell 5 cars only? Do you want to sell 10 cars? What's your goal?
I can
And
answer
from
on
knowing
behalf
your
of
goal,
dealer. Sell more cars.
but the thing here is that once you say sell more cars, right? It's
Mm.
how many? Like, if two could be a lot to you, I'm not sure, but like if two is your
I
tar, then
believe that the more the better lah. That's the answer to it lah. Serious. Yep.
right. So the thing here is that if you can identify how many cars it is, then your
Mm.
account manager is there for you. Your
Mm.
account manager can then advise you a proper bump plan for you.
Mm.
Because I mean, your account managers are experts. They
Mhm.
know what is going on in the market itself. They know the current trends. So if you got any questions, you guys want to find out more information about the current industry, what's happening right now, please consult your account managers. They can help you out a lot. So
Yep.
if you can tell your account managers that, hey, this month I want to sell 10 cars, then the account managers can come up to you and say that, hey, from 10 cars itself, this is what I can propose to you. And stick to the plan. Stick to the plan. A lot of times when plans are given, I know it's not easy to follow a plan. A lot of times these plans are like you do 1 day, 2 day, and then you hope for results. No lah, it's not like that lah. It's like, imagine you go gym 2 days and then you want to have 6 packs. It doesn't work that way, right?
Yeah,
So
consistency. Yep. Following the
Yeah.
spam plan is all about the consistency and maximize the A time. So because we understand one
Yeah.
thing, 24 hours, 24/7 is an online classified website. Consumer will come in anytime they want. So how do we, how to say that? Follow a spam plan and maximize the A time. That's always what the account managers, AE, telesales team members are engaging with car dealers. So when the plan is there, try to follow it. Yep.
Yeah, I would say not try lah, must follow it lah.
Yep.
It's like imagine you go get a fitness coach to coach you to go to the gym and do the exercise, but then after that you don't want to do the push up, then
you just don't see the
can't
result.
help you, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
you won't get the results you want. So use your account managers. Your account managers are there to really help you guys. I think that's why until today itself, we have so many account managers to help you guys out. It's really because we want to make sure that you guys get as much results as possible.
Yep.
So on top of that point itself, probably one thing we can also look into is that what is the current promotion you can have right now? Because if you are looking at making sure that we have as much exposure as we can give you guys during this period of time, we are moving towards the year end. The year end means that there are going to be more car buyers coming in. It also means that there are going to be more car dealers coming in with their promotions, and they're going to stand out. And you need to make sure that you stand out from the crowd as well, right? So what is your current promotion right now? So if you've not thought about your promotion, start now, because by the time you execute, by the time you actually put it online, it's going to take a couple of days, I'm sure. If you need to revise the pricing of your cars, do it now, because now is the time to really get the attention from the car buyers. Don't wait until December. December, people already buy car already. Do it now. At the end of the day, you're just looking for that one car buyer to buy that one car, right? So because of that, if the car buyer wants to buy that car now and you don't have that car up now with a good price or a good promotion, you're going to miss out. So the next thing which I would say dealers today, right now itself, if you're watching this right now, please start looking at your inventory. Go buy them one by one. See if there's any cars in that list itself. You can actually give any discount for it. See from this list itself, is there any special promotion I can give for the car? So if you can say that, hey, from this list itself, I need to update quite a number of pricing and I want to include some promotion for all this, great. Edit your ad, update them. If you want to highlight the promotion, a cheap car, buy a hot deal. Make sure that consumers can see that it's a cheap car. So
or like a dealer have a bigger size of like 60 or 100 inventories, focus on 20 and 30. All right?
Yeah, definitely. Wow, Kelvin, girlfriend?
No, just only some incoming calls. Oh, perhaps maybe dealers wanted to ask some questions over there.
But yeah, I think it's very interesting times. We're looking at year end. A lot of promotions should come in. Please, dealers, don't wait until it's too late for you to start chasing the leads. It starts already now. X50 already got 24,700 bookings already. Imagine if you could use some of that into your inventory. What if you could actually get some of those leads? I mean, people buying an X50 today, chances are they're looking at another. Maybe they can actually buy a used CRV, right? So think of ideas like that. Think of how can you promote yourself out to the consumer. Yeah.
Yep. So what else that I think our dealers can do? I mean, selecting, say like more segmentized on the cars that we
Right.
need to go for discount. Currently, like what kind of like promo that you can attach to it, like Deepavali, year-end sales, special promotions, like discount in processing fees, and follow
Yeah.
our AMAE spend plan. So I think what else? What are the key? Do you think that the dealer really need to focus at this period of time?
We'll definitely share more of this next week
Hmm.
when we have another session, because I
Yep.
think today itself we're already over time.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
and I think there's a
Mm,
lot more I would love to share with you guys. But
mm,
I think one more last action, which I think we can take action right now, because we're talking about something now, right?
mm.
Is that to respond to your customers as fast as possible.
Yep.
Right. I
Speed.
think yes, speed. When we talk about speed itself, we've actually done this research. Sorry, not us. This research was actually done by what was it called? Driving Sales University. So what they
Hmm.
do is that they actually promote a lot of online trainings from Australia for car dealers, and we have this actually something similar, iCar Academy, right? But what the
Okay.
research found was that when you respond to a customer within 20 minutes of a lead coming in, which means that
Hmm.
as soon as you get a WhatsApp message or the customer call, or even if it's a missed call, you must respond to it within 20 minutes. If you
20
don't
minutes.
respond to
All
it
right.
within 20 minutes, what happens is that your chances of getting the person to visit your showroom drops by 3 times.
Mm.
So if you want the customer to go to your showroom, please make sure that you respond to them as fast as possible, because today we live in a generation where the consumer market has a lot of choices. You don't respond to them fast, or I go to another one. You don't respond to me, okay, another one.
Mm.
They can
Yep.
jump between different people. So as soon as a lead comes to you, right, you really need to take action fast and make sure that you treat them right. Yeah.
Yep. So it's regardless of call or even though WhatsApp messages, make sure it's fast enough. Answer them. All right. Cool. So yeah, I think it's quite. Come to our wrap up time already. So Aaron, what is your last message to our dealer and sales agent? Yep.
My last message would be stay tuned for next week, because I think next week there's really a lot more to share. I
Mm.
wish I have more time with you guys. I think
Yep.
it's a topic which I can spend day and night talking about it again and again. And yeah, I would love to have more time with you guys. So
Yeah.
stay
First of
tuned for
all,
next.
definitely. So definitely, it's a great pleasure to have you. To join us here. Like what Aaron mentioned, stay tuned for next week. Season 3, episode 2. What's the topic? Would that be, Aaron? You're gonna share to our dealers.
Okay, so next week itself, we're going to be talking about being creative. How do you really stand out from the crowd? Because we're talking about everyone having promotions right now. And
Mm,
hopefully, after today, you guys have already started looking into inventory. What promotion can I give? What pricing can I
mm,
actually improve on? So once you've looked into all the information itself, it comes to next week where we can share with you guys what you can actually do to stand out from the crowd. Because
mm,
we're talking about the year end. We're talking about now everybody's going to rush in for the sale. We're talking about making sure that you're getting those car buyers. So to do that itself, you really need to be creative and stand out from the crowd. So
yep.
next week, it's about being creative.
Definitely. So, yep, thanks, Aaron. And I can't wait for next week to share the great news and strategies with our dealer and sales agent. And once again, I would like to take this opportunity. Thank you to our car dealers, thank sales agent, definitely Aaron, to join us for today. And hope to see you guys next week. Thank you. I'm Kevin, head of sales from Carlis.mine. Bye bye.
Bye.